roll break fall. In the event you go into a forward roll but you don't want to get back up, you want to put the brakes up in your roll and stay down, then you would go into a forward roll break fall. Sometimes you don't want to get up, maybe because you're going to run into something else as you get up. So when you come down, you're going to go down into your forward roll as you learned previously in white yellow. And then this arm here goes into a break fall, and then you get your legs in position and posture to stop. And then from here, this is your defensive posture, or your ground cover. Your ground cover means your fighting guard is in position, and then your legs are used as a guard position also. This is not different from a fighting guard like this. The only difference is that you are on the ground. So we call this our ground cover. From your ground cover, you can switch sides. And when you switch sides on your ground cover, we call that a flip-flop. It is the same as switching sides from here. So if you're in a ground cover with your right side down here, and the person starts to move to your left side, then you just switch sides. If he comes back, then we call this a flip-flop. Now, as I speak through this, I'm not using a key eye because I'm trying to talk and explain this as we go through it, but correct movement should be with a key eye as we go through. Now, if that person starts to continue to go around you, then you should pivot as you go, then flip-flop, and then start to pivot. And that's called our ground pivot. If he comes in and kick, as he starts to come in, then you can get out by using your cross step. We call this the cross out escape, and that cross step is called jujidachi. From here, another type of escape that you can use from your down position is a backward roll escape. So if he comes in and you happen to get him tripped up or go into a kick from here, then from here you can go back into a backward roll and then get back up. So you have two escapes that you could work on as a beginner. One is your cross step, jujidachi, and then your backward roll. Backward roll escape. You have your flip-flop to change direction, and your ground cover, and then you have your pivot if he continues into one direction. The next thing we're going to do here is called kata 2. It's also called long 1. In kata 2, I like to really break it down in three different parts. The first part of the motion or movements that you're working, you're going to be combining two stances. You have your hangutsudachi, which is your side horse, and your hard bow. And to be able to get transition of motion as you go through. Another thing about the kata 2 in part 1 is that you are going through motions that are referred to in your boxing and your fighting kickboxing class as your 3-punch combination. And actually with your blocks, 2-punch combination, 3-punch combination type motion is all in your kata 2. Then you go into part 2, you have your triple sets. And your triple sets places you with 1-2 motions from both sides coming back. You have inward out, inward out, inward out, inward up, and so on. Triple sets coming back. So you have to get your body movement back and forth working as you go through. Then you have your stationary posture in part 3. Now in the beginning, you'll use this as a way of isolating your lower body here and just work and stretch out your trunk from the waist up as you go through your punches into different angles as you come in. Later when you go through this will be changed and adjusted so that you would also use a change of hip rotations as you go through. So as you continue in the process of progressing, all your movements should also progress. And that there are reasons for exaggeration in stances, and that is for stretching, for exercise, for flexibility, for range of movement, and so on. and then there's a reason to do different things. And as you go, you should be able to do all of them. All of them. So I will perform kata 2, parts 1, 2, and 3, using hard bow, side horse, block combinations with a punch, triple set movements, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 from a side horse, and then the stationary posture with different angles of striking and blocking. Kata 2. The next form that I will go through is called 7th KYO. 7th KYO originally came from the Shotokan system. It was developed by Gishin Funagoshi. In Bakufu, it was used in the brown belt level with some variations in posture. But the way I'm using this in this video is closer back to the original traditional form. The combination I'm using is to relate it to kata 1, which is the inward outward, inward upward, reverse hand downward combinations. And as far as the punches, as you go through, you're using a front lead punch. In kata 2, you're using our side punch. So the use of the front stance or zenkutsu with lead punch and power punches between your kata 2 and your 7th KYO forms will cover that. You have your lunge punch and you have your power punch, which is yakuzuke, uizuke. So it covers a lot of the basics as far as the use of your front stance or zenkutsu, also called hard bow. Now, there's 3 variations in 7th KYO. The first variation in Shodan, we're using reverse hand downward. The second is using inward outward. And then the third is using inward upward. For the video, I will just perform the first one, Shodan.
All right, we are going to now go through the standard techniques in orange. We are starting with eagle pin A. Now in eagle pin, there is 2 attacks, but I only have 1 uke. All right, so this uke will play both parts. There is a person behind me, and he's got me in a bear hug, holding me as this guy's coming in with the right punch. All right, so now that everybody sees that, from here, I'm gonna go through it slowly. Block, kick, then the guy behind me comes in. I'm stepping to the side from here, driving the elbows, sweep, elbow, hammer fist, turn, kick, and out. Move. Yes. Yes. All right, on B, the attack is the same. Go. Got. Sweep. Elbow. Down. And then out. Ready? Go. Next technique is drawbridge. This is a shoulder grab. All right. From that shoulder grab, trapping, stepping in, hammer fist to the collarbone, sweep. And again. That's drawbridge A. In drawbridge B, slow. Breaking over the knee. Hand stab. Overhead strike with a club. And again, go. B variation, overhead strike again. Bam, step across, drive opponent down, breaking the arm. Go. C variation. Slow. 2-man attack. Throwing him into the second guy. Go. The next 3 techniques that we will go through will be flashing wings, opening cowl, and kung fu cross. So, in flashing wings, it's a right punch attack. Inward block formed through the ribs, elbow to the back, chop to the back of the neck, chop to the kidney, and then from here, heel of hand to the chin. In this case, what I'll do here is that I will come in and punch right into the sternum to drive the person back. All right. Now, in a lot of these techniques, I will make slight adjustments so that I get to use my uke over again. All right? So let me go through that slowly again. So from here, block, forward, elbow, and then. And again. Ready? Go. Next technique is opening cowl. An opening cowl, it's a rear choke. And A, you're going to step back. From here, as you step back, you're starting to sweep his arms out of the way as you go with the forearm to the ribs. Yeah. And then punch, punch, and drive him back. All right. All right, opening cowl B, same attack, only maybe he's kind of lean on you a little more, so you step forward. As you step forward, you do the same thing, punch, punch, punch. The difference is that you don't use a forearm, you go right into more extension, which is 3 punches. Notice that I use the first punch lower to keep his head towards me and the upper body towards me, and then finish him off by driving back on the last 2 strikes higher, which actually would go to the head. Next technique is Kung Fu Cross. And Kung Fu Cross, A